Alrighty, guys, we are going to see if I can actually make this happen. It might be over what my computer can handle, but we're going to try it. I'm going to make sure everything is shut down that needs to be shut down and make it happen. All right, guys, I am Dr. Mo. I should be live on all the platforms in 1 second. Okay, 3 seconds actually, because I'm going live on TikTok. This is my FaceTime camera that's really old. So it is what it is. So let's see. Let's see if we're less laggy than last time. Instagram looks like it's crazy ass grainy, but not necessarily laggy. I'm hoping it goes better. So I got my two favorite people over here, over on the gram. I think I can see the Instagram chat, but here we go. There's my live stream chat. All right, and now I'm over on TikTok. I know I have one person on TikTok, so I'm not really talking to you guys. So TikTok Tuesdays at 2 is now going to be all my platforms. I used to do this with my AMS crew, but now it's just me because it is what it is. So I'm a little late today because I could not get Riverside to do what I wanted. But what I want to talk about is health freedom. This morning I was live on Instagram, not TikTok, talking about health freedom and sleep. And I actually got some really good feedback on that. So that was pretty cool because if you're not prioritizing your sleep, you're not going to lose weight. Okay. TikTok might yell at me for this one. Hold on. I decline. That was weird. I just had a whole bunch of people ask me to go live with them. I'm not doing that because I'm on a bunch of different platforms and it confuses everyone. And that used to happen when we went live. So, but today we talked a lot about sleep because if you are in a stall, with TikTok, I can't say certain things. So you'll wonder why I'm like talking like there's a toddler in the room. The reason is because optimizing your body composition is not something TikTok wants me to talk about. And so I have to be careful. However, if you are looking at optimizing your body composition and being at a healthy place, a healthy physical place, you're in the right place because that's what I talk about. That's what we talk about. If you're wondering who I am, I'm Dr. Mo, and I run a lifestyle medicine practice called AMS Lifestyle Medicine. You can go to amslifestylemedicine.com. Thank you so much for the likes. Appreciate it. Love it. Thank you. Feel free to like and share. So my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers on Instagram. Followers. They're followers on Instagram, but you know what I mean. Because I want to get my message out there. What is my message? You don't have to do shit the way you've been doing it. The way we're taught, the way we're brought up. And nothing against our parents, guys. This is not, I don't do blame. Okay, read that book if you want more information on how to win the moment. Because I don't do blame. I just don't. We all do the best we can with the skills we have and the skills we're given. But once we know better, the key is to do better. So when I'm just over here, John, please put questions in the chat because I want to answer them. I'm on TikTok, Facebook. I think I'm on Twitter. I didn't even know that was a thing till last week, but I think I'm on Twitter. So let me know. Put them in the chat because I'm 90% sure. Let's do a little. I'll put a little hey in the chat and we'll see where it goes. Because it should go to all my platforms. What's my 5K PR? That's hilarious. Fastest ever was just under 30 minutes, but that was not recent. It was 38, I think, maybe 37, 38. I am not 37, 38. Can't take my advice then. Yeah, I know, right? For sure. Hey, but the key is I am persistent and I just have to outrun the people behind me if the zombies ever come. So no, my base, like my innate run pace is about 14 minutes per mile. Not kidding. It's always been that. I got as fast for 1 mile on the ground once, 8:23. That was that same time period. I'm not that fast. I'm like Baymax. I am not fast. I have done 7 Ironmans, if that makes me any more worthy. So better take up cycling. So speaking of which, yeah, no, I'm not very fast on the bike either, but I can swim, bike, and run for a really long time. No, that is pretty funny. No, I actually do have to get better on the bike. I still have not signed up for that 70.3. So any kudos, any pushes would be welcome. Okay, serious question. Most overlooked food, healthful. Healthy. Okay, it's a good question. So overlooked, I think we complicate things. I think we complicate the hell out of things, to be honest. The most healthful overlooked food. I don't know. Do you have something you're thinking? Because I'm trying to think. Most overlooked healthy food. White potatoes. They have a lot of potassium. People don't think they're healthy because they're white potatoes. We usually fry them. That's the part that gets us. Simple. Yeah, I would honestly say white potatoes. Like I think that's the food we don't think is healthy that actually is healthy. Now, granted, you can't like load it up with a whole bunch of butter and expect your heart to be happy about it long term. Once, fine. Every day, not so much. So, yeah, if I had to ask my answer that one question, that would be it. I feel like I'm like holding court. This is really funny. If you guys see this, hold on, I got to show you on TikTok because I can. I have Riverside set up, so I'm on the other platform. So this is like the infinite loop of the internet right here. Which state in the U.S. has the highest obesity rate? Louisiana, Arkansas? That's what I would say. I can't look it up because it'll tank my Riverside. So no Googling. I would honestly, oh, no. West Virginia. I knew this at one time. I don't know it right now because I'm Obesity Med Board certified. Mississippi. Yeah, I knew it at one time. And you know what's interesting about Mississippi is they are very strict on their telehealth rules. So they don't allow, they don't do good things with their telehealth. So yeah, apparently they're healthy enough. They don't want anybody else coming in. I don't get it. So, we don't get those things. We just don't get it. Serious question number 2. Why is the U.S. so large? Because food is tasty, man. I mean, that's the real reason. There's a couple of reasons. As in the people. Yeah, I know, right? I know what you meant. Well, unfortunately, the rest of the world is catching up with us as well because of the way we combine food. So healthiest, it's not what I meant to say. What your brain wants is sugar, fat, and salt combined. Loves the combo. Your brain's jonesing for that combo, literally. So look at the food that's readily available. The food that is readily available to us is hyper palatable packaged foods, right? Like I said, when we're talking about healthy food, a white potato is very healthy for you. It's got fiber, it's got carbs, it's got quite a bit of potassium, it's got water. But who's going to eat a white potato plain? That's where it gets dicey. What do we do with our potatoes? We make them. So yeah, the only time you crave all 3 of those is a 4-hour bike ride. Yeah, because your body's like, hell yeah, give me the calories. And when you put those 3 things together, sugar, fat, and salt, your body can consume a very large number of those things. So when you finish a 4-hour bike ride, it's like, I'm like, especially if it's hot outside, you're like craving Pepsi. I crave carbonation, and sugar and salt and fat, right? All the things, right? You're like, give me the Reese's peanut butter cups, but make them cold. That's what your body wants after that. Why do you crave it without exercise? Oh, your brain wants it. You have a human brain. That's why we crave it. So we crave it, feast or famine, right? We have had evolution where we had to prepare for famine, but we don't have famine anymore. It's all about the feast. I can go to the store and get peanut butter cups at any given time or have them Instacarted and delivered to my house at any given time, or Doritos or potato chips or any of the stuff. It is so readily available. And you walk into a grocery store, anything, especially in America, anything you could want is there. So it's so funny. It's like when you're walking through the grocery store and you see like an apple next to in the potato chip section, because you know right there somebody lost the battle. Or like something, you know, more nutritious than potato chips. I don't like healthy versus unhealthy because aside from something you're allergic to or that is poisonous to you, it's moderation. The dose is the poison. So, but I like seriously, you see, you're like, oh, they lost the battle. Like you know it. It's like, or the protein bar is. I was, for example, Orlando Airport. Here's a cool example. In their vending machine, when you get to the airport in Orlando, I took a picture of this. Did I post it? No, because I forgot, which is not awesome. In the vending machine, there's an Oreo flavored Quest bar, cookies and cream Quest bar, next to a package of Oreos. That Quest bar has probably been in there for a year and a half. Those Oreos probably fly right off the shelf, right? Because which one's tastier? And what do we think in our minds? Oh, I deserve this. It's a long day of travel. But why are people constantly craving it? It's a good question. I'll speak for myself here, only myself. Well, I'll give you two things. So I heard a lecture once by an addiction specialist this was an incredible lecture. He was amazing. And he talked about the reward system gone awry, right? Because we're going to reward ourselves for like your brain wants rewards, right? It just wants hits. I mean, that's all it is. It's a survival mechanism. It's like, give me all the things. So we want survival, right? It's why we crave certain things, behaviors I can't talk about on TikTok. Once your circuits are broken, and once those scales are tipped, they don't really ever come back. They're managed, right? So if you have an addiction of some sort, TikTok might flag me for that. If I go away, that's why. But if you have that, you have to manage it. You don't ever fix it. We're neuroplastic. We can train our brains, but it takes a lot. So, I mean, like, I know chocolate's a real easy way to make my brain happy. For sure. So, yeah. Oh, then that's a conscious way to do it. For real. Like if you only reward yourself with something unhealthy after a bike race or hard interval session. So I don't do that by nature. Because I'm not a dog, I don't need to earn my food, right? So, and that's a very unpopular opinion, but that's why there's beer after every bike race, beer after every triathlon, especially Xterra. Oh, I deserve this. I'm not going to sit. Yeah, exactly. Like, bark for your food. Okay, now I earned it. My standard joke was always, hey, you did a workout on the treadmill. Enjoy your pickle because those calories are wrong. So, if you want to eat the food, but own up to it. Like, own up to the fact that you have a human brain that wants that reward. It just wants it. Hey, Andy, how are you? It just wants it, period. It's biological. It's a drive. Now, why some people crave it all the time, it's a spectrum like anything else. For me personally, I do not have an off switch. I've been able to eat a lot of food. First time I ever smoked a cigarette, I could smoke it no problem. I was not old. My brain is like, and no coughing, no nothing. I'm not kidding. So I'm a whole kind of special. Darnell's here too. Oh, hey, Lynn. So I actually got people in the places, which is awesome. I should probably pull up YouTube and see, but I can't get it right now because I don't want to screw up my thing. I don't have coffee. I actually am hopefully not going to miss my window. No, I have a protein shake. I had a bunch of coffee this morning. So those below the property line, Jesus, the poverty line who can't afford food. Life's about choices. Sorry, I'm thinking Little Mermaid in my head. It is what it is. Life's about choices. I had a really good OB mentor when I was in medical school who said, it's not that they can't afford it. They don't even know the choices are there. Because I was always big into preventive health. And I asked all these questions when I was a med student because I was all idealistic and shit. And when they don't even know there's another choice there. I mean, think about it. You go into a gas station to buy something to eat. You're not going to pick up the apple. I mean, I'm not going to pick up the apple from a gas station. I'm picking up the ice cream. You know what I mean? So, we just don't know. Like when all of your friends only do Like, say for example, I don't know, you have parents that are plumbers. I have no idea. I'm like making this up as I go along. You have parents that are plumbers, and they hang out with are plumbers. You might not even know there's other careers out there. You sure shit don't know about the guy who owns the plumbing company, right? You know about the people who are on the ground doing the thing. And that's your circle of friends. That's why you really have to change. When people stop drinking, when they stop overeating, when they stop partying, how many people out there have lost friend groups? Because you eat differently, you do things differently. And, it's like, oh, but there's a better group of friends. It's a different group of friends. Some of them are ignorant. Or we see commercials that are appealing. The other night, I was watching college football with my husband, and a pizza commercial came on. I've eaten pizza twice this week since. Not, we ordered out, and the other one was a healthy pizza, but that's the point. Like it's real. It is real. So, I think it's a combination. Are there people who have grown up in poverty and elevated themselves to millionaire status? There's no difference. That's why I teach health freedom, time freedom, and income freedom. It's all the same thing. I grew up with, I put it this way. I grew up in an apartment over Dave's Bait and Tackle. Okay. So what does that tell you? I went to medical school. I was the first person in my family to go to college, second person in my extended family to go to college. So transportation, right? So lost almost 7 pounds in the last 2 weeks and 2.5. Nice. And you finally got to your dose. There we go. And that's what you're feeling. That's what you're feeling. It's that sigh of relief when you're on a medication and you get that, and you're at that dose, like that dose. Hi, Wendy. That's that feeling. That's that where you can breathe. It's, like I said, it's the same thing with health freedom, income freedom, and time freedom. And they're not sequential. They're not sequential, but health freedom, I think, is the most important. Why? Because I'm a freaking doctor. Yes, it seems, let's talk about this. Hold on. It seems lazy. So I want to pin this because I want to talk about it. Because the other day, my husband and I got in this discussion. He said, no, people still don't think that. I'm like, what the world are you living in? There are a lot of people who still think that. There are a ton of people who still think that if they just tried harder. I'll be honest. It's quite true. No, I know you're not trying to be mean. That's why I pinned it, because it's super important that I just explain my point of view. That's what I get out here and do. I tried for 45 years plus to win that battle with food. And I couldn't do it anymore. It was taking over my life. It was ruining my health. It was like I was 3 years ago I was 50 pounds heavier. So, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'll tell you, you do an Ironman at 120, you do an Ironman at 160, it ain't pretty. Oh yeah. So for me, it is. I even question myself. Okay, so here's the kicker. Because I had this discussion with myself. I'm like, God, maybe if I would have just tried harder. And then it dawned on me. I fought for 4+ decades. I was put on my first diet at a year old. That's another story. But I fought for 4+ decades. And I took a chemical, and within 6 hours, I felt different. I hadn't lost an ounce. But all that, what we now know is called food noise, was gone. I was like, huh. So literally 2 years into this journey, as an obesity medicine board certified doctor, emergency medicine doctor, lifestyle medicine board eligible, I own a medical practice, blah, 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 all the things, certified sports nutritionist, triathlon coach for 10 years. I still do it. I just don't hold the certification. It dawns on me, if a chemical could fix this, maybe it's a chemical problem. Who knew? Now, do I think I know that 40 years? Yeah, it's I work my ass off to say leave here. I'm gonna pin that, and you know why? I don't know. Very doing this thing again. Anyway, like people, I have a good friend, started to change her kind. Okay, everything's slow. It's probably a lot of money for really fast things. I pay. I had all the things. I was a competitive swimmer. Like, yeah, no. I mean, when I'm a year old, I don't have a healthy outlet. That's not, we don't have coping skills at that point. Sorry, I have exciting people here over here on Instagram. I'm excited. So we're talking a little bit about triathlon, a lot about fat loss. So take a pill, boom, you're healthy. It didn't have to work for it. Well, yeah, no. So that is true though, that like my mental struggle got much easier. And I had a patient tell me it makes the impossible merely difficult, which is really what it did. And not to say, I mean, I take a car when I go to the store. I do. I cheat completely. It's lazy. I know. I should walk both ways with no shoes. I get it. I get it. That being said, I still have to work my ass off. And those of you who have been in my world for a little while, you know I still struggle even on medication. So back to my story about the friend. It's 100% long term. I'm a ton healthier, and my heart will keep beating longer because I'm on the meds. So I'm staying on them. However, so my friend who was 120 pounds, not overweight, but I knew how hard she had to work to maintain that because her brain was a shit show. So I said, I need you. I don't need you. I said, I'm going to maybe offer this up to you. Would you like to try this at a low dose? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I'm fine because I'm tired of fighting. I'm just tired of fighting to maintain. She is an avid athlete, Ironman, the whole deal. But I knew her struggles because she's a very good friend. And she tried it. She was like, oh, now I get it. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So she doesn't have, I mean, our society would rather we be compulsive exercisers, compulsive anything, rather than be on a medication. I don't get that. I just don't. You know, if I had a diagnosis that I can't talk about, people would have no trouble saying you got medication. Because some of them don't say that. Some people say you just need therapy. Some people do, but we're even scared for 15 years. I know what it's like, right? Guys, so I don't know. I think it looks like and that's me. I'm okay with it. I'm 100% okay with it because you're okay. I'm okay because I want you. Now I can also hold two things. There's two ways. Connect Instagram. I'm trying to come back. Coming back. Let me see if I can just post that real quick. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, so yeah. So changing my mentality, it's a game changer because number one, well, now that Chris is here, now it's a party. So, but here's the game changer. Okay, so the question asked was, how does taking a pill change your mentality? I know I have too many. It's only one on the other side, but the other side's Instagram. That I can see. I can't see because people don't chat. Ooh, hold on. I got one message in the chat. It was mine. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I do have too many live feeds. But TikTok won't let me live stream from Restream. So I have to actually do this from my computer and my phone. But this medication, for what it does for people, I'm not talking all the physical effects. The mental effect, remember that reward cycle I talked about? That it actually cuts down. Like, so I said you can't reverse that reward cycle once it's broken, but you can manage it. And that's what it does. It gives me an off switch that I've never had, ever. I was literally put on my first diet. My pediatrician changed me from whole milk to skim milk because I was gaining too much weight at age 1. Okay? So now it tells me, wait a second. I didn't have maladaptive coping skills at age 1. Like, I was a kid. I was a little bowling ball of a child, but I was a kid. And people will argue, you should have just let me go. Well, but it's a harbinger, right? When I was diagnosed last year with cardiovascular disease, I don't have heart disease in my family. I've had decades of binge eating, fighting my brain, fighting that. It's not voices like those kind of voices. Food noise is not that kind of voice. But, closed-minded. No, it's okay. Stay, because this is what can open your mind. Because I know what it's like on the other side. You have to remember, I berated myself and didn't even realize it for 2 years on the medication, thinking, gosh, I shouldn't have these feelings anymore. I shouldn't have these cravings. Dude, they're managed. They don't go away. You know, we didn't have this issue 50 years ago. Yes and no. Some people did. It's like somebody told me something recently. Well, when you were young, this didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, you just didn't know the people that it happened. So possibly. But our food supply has changed. The way we work has changed. Those things in combination have had an effect for sure. Convenience foods are absolutely convenient, right? I had this issue 50 years ago, funny enough, right? Because if my doctor took me off of whole milk 50 years ago, the issue existed in some people. So, and that's exactly it, right? Kathy's, but the obesity rate, yes, was absolutely lower, and it keeps rising. It's not, I think the food supply needs to be changed. Hear this 100%. But what can I change in my life and the lives of my patients faster? I can reverse their health problems, keep them alive until the food supply changes. Wouldn't that be cool if it's in my lifetime? That'd be amazing. So, it's, and part of the reason why I do this, and I talk about health freedom, is because what is health freedom? For my grandmother, everyone wants an immediate response. Well, faster. They're not going to change the food system for 50 years. I'm going to die by then. So, yeah, faster. I would like faster than 50. I would like faster than the 45 years I worked on it. Because if you think that I did not work at my weight, I struggled for so long that this life that I'm living, this amazing life that I get to live, is my life better because my body composition has improved? Yes. And I will not lie to you. Because I can, like I said, I've done an Ironman at 120. I've done it at 160. Let me tell you, what's more uncomfortable? I mean, an Ironman's always uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't matter. I always say this. People say, what's the easiest Ironman? I'm like, they're all hard. Whatever race you're doing, it makes you pay. Mile 87, just the tears flow. You know why? Because you realize, on the bike, you realize you're only halfway through your day. Me personally, highly educated, it worked. Yeah, absolutely. Because, the big shtick out there is, people are just using it that just tried weight loss. Like once. How many people do we know out there that tried weight loss just once? No one. Like no one I know. No one in my circles. Everyone finds me for a reason, right? Nobody finds me by accident. But we think that all these people out there are just saying, I tried for 30 seconds. I'm going to go take a medication. No, guys. I hid it in my fridge for 3 weeks when I took it because I was embarrassed. Okay, I started Mounjaro July 4th, 2022. I was embarrassed. Why? I'm a nutritionist, guys. I'm a certified sports nutritionist. I was an athletic trainer, held that certification for 26 years. I'm an Ironman triathlete, 7-time Ironman triathlete. I don't know. People ask me, how many marathons have you done? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm a doctor. Yeah, that too. I forgot that one. So, I know better. I know broccoli is healthier than brownies. So, back to your question, way at the beginning though. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, this is fun to talk about because this is the thing that the media fucks us over. I mean, I hope my kid's not still on. Sorry, bud. Oh, I grew up in Buffalo, New York. My shirt is Texas, though. The way I see it now, my shirt is Ironman Texas. I live in Texas now, but I grew up in Buffalo, New York. But yes, from here it totally looks like New York, which is awesome because I grew up in Buffalo, and I would not have brought that up. Go Bills! I would not have brought that up had you not said that. I went to Bonaventure. So yeah, I went to Bonaventure. We had a hockey team for the first 2 years I was there, and I was an athletic trainer with the hockey team, student trainer. And yeah, lots of cold games. Yeah, for real, like real freaking cold games. People don't know. Down here, people don't get it. People don't get it, man. So no, Bonaventure was awesome. What I remember of it. No, only half kidding. So speaking of doing things that hurt you, even though when you know better, there are a lot of things that hurt me that I did earlier. That there's things I do today, things I did today that are not conducive to my health. My health. The difference is when my brain is in a really good space, and I'll tell you, guys, I've been in 12-step groups for over 20 years. I've stopped counting. It's over 20 years. I'm done counting. I get it. I need a relationship with a higher power. I get it. I need good coping skills. I need to meditate. I need to journal. I mean, guys, like, I know the drill, right? I need to journal. I need to log my food. Laundry is definitely not conducive to my health. So, hold on. Oh, I got questions. I got a question. Oh, I got an RD too. Excellent. If there's only one thing, what's one thing I can do to make the biggest impact for my clients achieve health freedom? Oh, that's a damn good question. Ooh, let's do this one. One thing. Empower them to believe they can. Anyone can achieve their version of health freedom, right? I mean, I can't be 6'5" basketball player. That's not health freedom. That's just a pipe dream. I don't even like basketball, really. But my whole point is, I'd also love to swim. Hey, Lori, I'd also love to swim a sub-minute 100. Never got there. 100.06 was my fastest 100 ever. And I'd love to do that, but, I don't want to work that hard. So not right now. But the number one, I'm going to write this down because the number one thing for health freedom is belief that they can do it. Autonomy, agency, empowering people that they can make a change that has a result, right? It's the result. I had 45 years of effort. At times I had results, but it was never sustainable, and I felt like a failure. So, oh yeah, you're working. Oh yeah, I got to set my alarm, Lori, for the morning. Ugh. Lori and I are running in the morning. Some of the negative side effects. I'll tell you. So hold on. Junk food companies are trying to get around GLP-1 changing food noise, or so corporate believes. Yeah. I read a study where junk food sales has gone down 8% since these medications have come out. I find that interesting. Nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, ride a bike. Yeah. It's a little simplistic, right? Because you got to remember, I rode a bike a lot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And if you follow me, and if you're an RD, please follow me. I'm looking for 10K followers on Instagram. So send me to your friends too, because I love RDs. I love all of you because you're doing the Lord's work, man, for sure. If riding a bike fixed obesity, I'm so sorry. Now I'm singing Queen in my head. Now it goes to fat bottom girls, and now I'm going to get kicked off TikTok. Anyway, if riding a bike fixed obesity, there would be no overweight people doing Ironman. I would have not had trouble. A lot of the female athletes, especially that I trained, I've had some gain 30 pounds training 20 hours a week for Ironman. How is that humanly possible if eat less and move more is the only thing at play? Now, it is. You still have to eat less, then you burn. I'm not arguing that. There are two ways to quell that food noise in your head. It's clean eating, okay? Appropriate macros, clean eating, appropriate intervals, hydration, sleep, the rest of the shit. like the shit I teach. Okay. Yes, I'll teach it here, but I'm not talking about that right now. Or you try and try and try, you can't do it, and you decide, I still love my child and my husband, and I'd like to live with them for a little bit longer, so I'm going to take a medication to help me. That's what I was desperate, guys. Like, you don't understand. I mean, maybe you do. Some of you do. When I took Mounjaro, I hid it in my refrigerator. I was embarrassed that I was a failure. I was embarrassed. I wrapped it up in paper towels so my husband wouldn't see it. You know? I mean, seriously. Anyway. Okay, hold on. I got 7 messages over here. Thanks, Leslie. Thank you, thank you. If I didn't want to stay on Trizep forever, is there a time frame that's best? No. It'll make you healthier the longer you stay on it. So whenever you want to, Tara's here again too. Hold on, Len. I still do. The first food you have to get out of your diet to be healthy. The ones you're allergic to. Remember, I'm an ER doc at heart, so save your life. The rest is gravy. Don't eat the things you're allergic to. Start there. Honestly, alcohol is number 1. Alcohol is the only accepted poison I know that's out there. And it's not poisonous to one person. It's not like I'm allergic to strawberries and I eat strawberries because the society tells me it's okay. It is poison to everyone. Unpopular opinion. But it is true. Yeah. I mean, I don't, it wasn't like, is it okay to take a GLP-1 with hypothyroidism? Okay. Oh, I forgot. This is not medical advice. I'll tell you what I would do with my patients. This is me shooting the shit on the internet. We have lots of patients with thyroid problems on GLP-1s. If you're worried about the thyroid cancer risk, they're not related. So thyroid cells it's not related. So talk to your doctor for sure, because if you're like, I saw something the other day, it was a post that I'm sure I'll have to go back and comment on because I got sucked into the comments. I have no restraint there. That it was about risk benefit. And somebody was like, well, if the risks, it's any medication, any behavior, any thought you think has a risk benefit ratio. What that means is if I stay longer on this live, it's 3:10 because I started late. I'm missing my meeting with my assistant. I'm going to be late. So Humby, if you're on, I'll be there in a minute. So like there's risks and benefits, right? What more importantly than that, I'm taking away time with my family because I'm here. Why? Because what I believe and what I want to educate people on is so important to me that, oh, hi, Nemez. Yeah, I know. I hear you. I know. The stigma's still out there. When my husband said that, nobody thinks that anymore. I'm like, dude, I don't know what circles you're hanging out in, but in my circles, people are bitchy. Anyway, but I will say this from the rooftops. I don't give a shit how people get healthy, honestly. I have the ability to prescribe them medication, which is great. But if you're riding your bike and you're doing the things and your cortisol's in check and your sleep's in check and your relationships are good and you don't need a medication, I don't care. But it's still the same, Billy. It's still the same principles. The principles don't change. The medication, though, helped me reverse a whole bunch of stupid shit I did and give me another chance. I mean, guys, I was not nice. Let's see. Tea's fine. I mean, black tea has caffeine. Caffeine has actually been shown to help prevent Alzheimer's, so I'm all for it. I drink a lot of coffee. That's my last vice. And I only do natural caffeine. Not natural caffeine. That's not what I mean. I can't do energy drinks. I tried one again the other day and I was like, these do not make me feel good at all. Now I drink the hell out of coffee. Don't get me wrong. And decaf as well. You're like, oh, decaf tastes different. All coffee tastes different. Guys are from different beans. Anyway, you got to get Swiss water decaf. Oh, wow. Friend born without a thyroid. I didn't know that was a thing. Does she have parathyroids, Kathy? Because I didn't know that was possible. autoimmune disorder, and I keep hearing people say it's helped them pain-wise too with inflammation. Oh, 100%. So the higher doses, the studies that were done two years ago, so this is like a little bit of old knowledge here coming out, but, oh, thanks. Thanks. Jeff, like and share. I want all the followers. I do. I want to have 100,000 people in my ecosystem. That's my goal. So where do I practice? We are nationwide. So I own a 100% remote lifestyle medicine practice. We are nationwide. If you want to be a patient, you just go to amslifestylemed.com and fill out our stuff. Come in. Doesn't cost you anything to fill out the stuff, talk to the people, do the things. So yeah. Now that Andy's here, now it's a party. Shoot, what was I saying? I lost it. The study 2 years ago. So they studied CRP, which is the inflammatory hormone, at the higher doses. Oh, I'm never going to tell somebody to not do caffeine. That's for damn sure. At the higher doses, these medications reduced the inflammatory markers by up to 60%, right? And those inflammatory markers are the things that give us heart disease, brain disease, right? Disease, right? Cancers, things like that. And that's what, thank you, Kathy, amslifestylemed.com. Does it help with bone or joint health? So interesting you say that, Wendy, because you're going to have a lot of naysayers who will say it causes osteoporosis. Okay, here's the deal. Any weight loss, if you take the stress off your bones don't model as well, right? That's why people are walking around with weighted vests. Makes sense, right? Here's the kicker. In obesity, not all bone is good, healthy bone. It doesn't model the way it's supposed to. So there's a caveat to that. But yes, because if you're carrying too much weight, it does put stress on your bones and joints. Heck, I had a patient once that actually coded in the hospital because she had so much weight on her lungs, she could not breathe when she was in the hospital. And she was very young, and she had cellulitis on her legs because they were very far from her blood supply, the skin was. And she cried when I told her she had to stay in the hospital. She said, I can't, I'm afraid. So, I got her CPAP, like right off the bat. I got her a bariatric bed, I got her CPAP, I got her teed up. Because you got to remember, I do not have a bias against weight. I just think anyone out there can achieve health freedom. And for her, you know what health freedom probably would have been? Number one, not seeing me in the ER. It's probably number one, okay? Like for my grandma, health freedom would have been standing up out of the recliner, not falling down. Guys, like this is why I do this. I can't save her, but maybe I can save somebody else. So that's cool, Kathy, that your osteopenia is the same. Yeah, it helps us so much. Like, so much. Unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I talk about health freedom. That and because Instagram and TikTok are kicking off people talking about GLP-1s. So, but I do talk about that. But that's not the only way to health freedom, guys. Like, it's not. Yeah, I had something so good to say, I threw the cap to my protein shake. Because the question is it bad to be on a higher dose of Zepbound? Here's what I've realized. Check this out. That if it helps my health problems, right? Like my cardiovascular disease, my LDL, all of the things. What if everyone tells you, and they're going to tell you, oh, you need to get on a lower dose or get off or fucking micro dose. Enough with the nonsense. Okay, sorry. Bit of a soapbox. It helps my liver, my lungs, it helps everything, okay? Helps my brain, helps my heart disease that I know is in there. My LDL is lower than it ever was, and then layer on with some meds. Why wouldn't we want to be on the highest dose we could tolerate? That's a question for you. If something does better, if this is reversing so many things that I have cultivated with, how old am I? 51, 50 years of bad habits. If I've cultivated that and I can reverse some of that, why wouldn't I even push my dose? I can still eat, guys, because people are like, what about your appetite? Oh shit, I can eat like a champ. Not the problem. Just don't eat like I did last night. It was a very carb heavy meal at 7:00. I know. So here's the issue. My frontal lobe knows better. If my frontal lobe was driving this bus, I wouldn't be in this predicament. If it's like telling an addict, just don't. Okay. I never thought of that. All right. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Erica, I'm on 12 and a half, started 10, 14, 22, a couple months after me. Good job. Got down to 7.5, but 12 and a half is my dose. I've actually gone up in maintenance. I hate the word maintenance, right? Because I'm just living. I've been the same weight for 2 years-ish. But I go up. I can go down when my stress is mitigated. So, yeah. I think red is going to be an absolute friggin' game changer, because people are getting it from the gray market, and the results are incredible. I'm like, can we approve it already? Because for my people on 15, we need to go. Come on, they need relief. They need to have that. So, yeah, all the things. I've noticed my inflammation is coming back in my neck. I've been on 10 for 2.5 months. Yeah, I mean, you may just need, and if you're on compounded, we dose very specifically because we don't have to jump that 2.5, which is pretty cool. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Possible for white blood cell count to be elevated because of weight. Good job on the W8. TikTok does not like that these days, man. Speaking of which, I got to tell you a funny story. I got 2 TikTok violations. One was because I posted a thing on going from size 14 to size 4, and they snagged me for unhealthy weight loss. I'm like, fuck that noise. This second one is even funnier, though. I got flagged on TikTok for not disclosing AI content. It was me in a video just like this. I'm like, it's not AI, guys. Your AI is broken, because we're not detecting AI very well. It was ironic. Okay. All right. Now, so the other, 12 and a half is where you're living. The other thing, I've started other peptides. Okay. I call them peptides. NAD is not a peptide. I get that. It's a cofactor. But I started NAD because I realized, when I talk about going to college and, not remembering the whole thing, I had a lot of years of eating like crap, drinking like crap, sleeping like crap, whether it was job induced, even when I got healthier later and, stopped drinking, stopped partying, doing all the things. Then, funny enough, I went from that to working nights in a level 2 trauma center. So great job for the health. I thought I was handling it fine. Listen, it's coming out in my book in November. If you want to get on my launch team, go to just go to shiftwithdrmo.com. You know what? I need a thing up here, right there, that says shiftwithdrmo.com. That way people know where to go to find me. You can find the practice there. You can find the book there. I have a high-level coaching community that I'm starting. Anyway, lots of fun. But all of those things deplete your NAD a lot. And so does stress. And I spent 40-something years, 38 years really, very hypercritical of myself and everybody else. So, which is why this job is so cool. I say it's a job, right? What I'm doing, I think, is so cool, because even someone who comes in here and tells me, hey, you just need to eat, just get your fat ass on your bike. Oh, TikTok's totally going to flip me off for that one. Shoot. Anyway, somebody comes in here and tells me, listen, you're cheating. I'm okay with that. I want to discuss those. That is not the old me. Not at all. But that's also a lot of work. Okay, I got 11 new messages. Let's see. Oh, now I lost. Okay, if I miss a message, just yell at me later. Here to learn more about. Okay, what are we learning more about? Tell me what you want to know. If you want to know, like, if you're thinking about starting a GLP-1, afraid to start a GLP-1, think, I don't want to be on a GLP-1, how do I avoid going on a GLP-1? I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, not kind of, it is the same thing. Health is health freedom, right? What I mean by that, I'm cheating. Me too. Being all sly. Except my husband knows, because it's in the Fortnite lunchbox in the fridge. Thank you very much, Gina, for the follow. I appreciate it more than you know. More than you know. All the likes, all the follows. Feel free to like and share, because that gets my voice out to as many people that I can, and I want to change the world. My biggest passion, to get down to the nitty gritty here, get all sad at the end, is that I want everyone to have a safe space to grow. in a safe space to feel like they can ask questions and not feel like this is dumb. Why am I the only one who struggles with blank, fill in the blank? I spent so many years that way. I don't ever want anybody to feel that way. That's my real thing. Now, health is my jam. So, well, health, time, and income freedom is what my book's about. I can't wait. I'm actually going to work really hard this week because I'm in the finals. I'm in the home stretch, guys. Please get it into production so I can get this off my plate. Okay. Now you got off because of expense. That makes me sad. It makes me sad. I feel you. That's actually why I help people work toward time and income freedom as well. Oh. Okay. This morning. So that was you, Rosie. Okay. Did you hear back? Because I told them, and did you text the number and did they text you back? Because they've been snagging people and I'm digging into the intakes. I turned off Slack. So don't show this again for 10 minutes. I turned off Slack so I wouldn't get notifications, but make sure, did they, Leah, let me know if they got back to you. If I'm eating 1,200 to 1,300 calories a day and burning anywhere, so you won't know really how many you're burning. What I tell people, oh, I love this. This is my favorite part. Although I get it. I'm a doctor into the GLP-1 stuff. But I also, that's why I help people do time and income freedom, right? Because I want people to be able to afford their medical care. Okay. And I want people to be able to navigate that. So what I tell people is track for a couple of weeks. See what and just see what you're losing with your normal activity levels, right? Like if you're going to ramp up, like if your activity's ramping up, then you got to change. But take a look, see what you're doing. 2 weeks, be like, well, that didn't work well. Back in the day, I did this in 6 weeks at 1,300 calories. I did not lose. Well, once I started Mounjaro, I know why. I had to drop lower in the beginning. That's just me. I'm not saying it's what's right for everyone. This is not medical advice. If you want medical advice, go to amslifestylemed.com and go talk to them and me. I mean, I'm in there too, but you know what I mean? I had to go lower some days in the very beginning. Do I wish I would have lost weight slower? If you'd have asked me this question a month ago, I would have said yes. Today, no. You know why? My journey was my journey. I'm going to fucking own it. So, okay, there we go. It was in the spam. Oh. So hold on. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. Anything else? Yeah, so back to my NAD thing. I'm taking NAD because I realize I've abused the shit out of my body for a long time. So let's go. I'm taking NAD. I just started Sermorelin because I'm not a spring chicken. I wouldn't mind the wrinkles getting a little better. You know, it's a lot of wrinkles. And I don't wear makeup. I mean, I wear, like, sometimes I'll wear eyeliner and stuff, but like full face makeup, like foundation. I have worn foundation exactly 3 times in my life. Two that I can recall. They were for photo shoots. Now can we just do this? Bye, Kathy. A few texts from them, but everything had been sorted to spam. Oh. Okay, I don't know how to do spam on your phone. Or I don't know how to do text. So if somebody can figure out how to not have text go to spam. Okay, you're good. As long as you're good. That makes sense. That makes total sense. It makes me happy that my team was doing their job. Because my team is super awesome now. They were before. It was not for effort. It was for training and systems. Now my training, my people, and my systems are all set. So if you want to come be a patient, we are nationwide. amslifestylemed.com. Zepbound 10 milligrams seems the side effects are so hard for 4 months now. Oof. And you're on brand, so you can't. Afternoon, Letty. So Renee, you can't. Okay, so side effects. What I would do is say, all right, if you were my patient, I would tell you, track your food, track your sleep, track your hydration, make sure there's some electrolytes with your hydration. I have a water bottle right here to make it look like I'm hydrating. I did my electrolytes earlier. This is what I'm hydrating with currently. It is fizzy water, not pomegranate, passion fruit. It's LaCroix knockoff. So I would really work on sleep. We have 5 pillars. It's protein forward nutrition, resistance exercise. And this is not diet stuff. This is lifestyle stuff. Electrolytes with your hydration, sleep and stress. I talked about it this morning on Instagram, but if you go hit your sleep hard, work on that sleep hygiene, work on getting 7 restorative hours of sleep. That's part of why I started Somerellen as well. To help my body work with itself while I sleep and to sleep better and differently. It will help you. Like that's, and if the side effects are rough too, you know, I was talking to somebody earlier who has side effects like 1 day a week. That 1 day a week, you got to figure out what you're eating, when you're eating, how your sleep is. If you're up in the middle of the night, you know, like those are the things you have to look at, especially if you're in a stall. All right. I do the treadmill. Are you coming in? I'm on all the lives. What'd you build? Oh, you're a grappling hook. Yeah. I do the treadmill, half an hour a day. Oh, I didn't know. Here we come, Zippy. Come say hi. No makeup, only tinted SPF. So, Erica, you got lots of options, which is pretty cool. Clinic name again. amslifestylemed.com. So my husband always says that which can be measured can be changed. So if you have something, you're like, I'm stalling, I'm not, you know, I'm stalling, my side effects are bad. Ready? I'm here. I'm stalling, my side effects are bad. I've been grappled. I don't know, is that a verb? I don't know.
Yeah,
probably.
Grappling, like martial arts.
Yeah, there you go. So,
It works.
How is the NAD? Great, actually.
You want me to close this?
Yeah. Thank you. It's good. It's good. I don't know if you were here when I talked about this before, but I took too high of a dose the first time. So now I take 20 milligrams. I take it on Wednesday, Friday. Oh, Benny came too. Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday because it helps with my food noise. So if you're hitting a lot of food noise, I mean, I've abused this shit on myself. Like, let's be real. Come on. Thank you. This is where we sit. This is where we sit. My cat needs Manjaro. It's okay. We love him anyway. See, we don't have any bias. We love everybody. We just want them to be free. I just want people not to have stress. Yeah, no, it's cheap. So, because when I first like took a really high dose, I was like, oh, this is so not good. But now that I take 20 milligrams roughly, it calms down my food noise, allows me to make better choices, and which is super. I've been called out. I know, right? Which, I mean, that's what we're here for, is to be able to make better choices. If we can't make good choices, we can't win. Yeah, 33 times a week helps with my back pain. Really? That's pretty cool, Leslie. Yep, here come the cats. Here they come. All right, thanks for the follow, Jerry. Awesome. So yeah, I do have to go meet my assistant. It is that time. It was actually half an hour ago, but we changed her hours. She's working a little later. But I do have to go soon. So let me know if you guys have questions. Please follow, share. I'm on YouTube at watchdrmo.com, DRMOE. What does my husband say about stalling and sickness? What did I say? Oh, what was I saying? Set my alarm. I know it's set. It's already set. I have to set a second one though to make sure I leave the house on time. Oh, what was I saying about stalling and sickness? I don't know. Make sure I got that. I know that, yeah. So none of my medications to this point help me do that. I don't know what the thought was. I'm trying to think of my husband. My husband said, the thing I said that my husband said is that which can be measured can be changed. So when something's going wrong, you're stalling, whatever, you have side effects. That's what I was talking about. Thank you. I need you to keep me on track. That looking at tracking, whether it's on paper, an app, whatever, a note file in your phone, tracking what you're dealing with. So inputs, outputs. If the output's not where you want it, go back to the inputs and say, all right, what's going on? How's my nutrition? What's my timing on my nutrition? How's my hydration? How's my sleep? What about stress mitigation? That's what we're looking at. So, like, oh my God, that's a lot to change. No, you're not changing all those things. You're looking at them, and then you're going to take the lowest hanging fruit and see what you can help, see what you can improve. If you're not tracking your food, that's the first thing I always tell people. That which can be measured can be changed. If you have no idea what you're eating, you have no idea. You know, if you're losing slow because you're in perimenopause, it very well could be. Hormones could be out of whack. We also have labs at AMS. I'm actually about to do the comprehensive women's panel. That has a bunch of hormone shit in it. I don't manage those. I don't manage the complex hormone cases, though. I'll do a little bit of HRT, but not much. Because I have a nurse practitioner that's a functional med nurse practitioner who is like not integrative medicine. She's truly like, she wants to get you back to function. So that's pretty awesome. I have surgery scheduled for 10/15. Oh yeah, that sucks. Yeah, because you're when I had my colonoscopy, I'm like, thank God I don't have to have this done for a while, because between the bland diet and then, and the prep was horrible. But then the week off of, I actually ended up closer to 2 weeks off of tirzepatide because I did not go back on after until my guts got back. So it was so bad that my husband actually said to me, so when are you taking your next shot? Because I'm a different person. I'm not as, well. And I say this out loud, and there's still this voice in my head that says, why can't you just be a different person? Why do you need medication for that? You know why? Because sometimes I'm not really nice because my head's a hypercritical bitch, okay? And when you're hypercritical inside your head, guess what comes out of your mouth? So anyhow, all right, guys, I have to go too. So I'm going to shut this down. I will see you guys next week. I'll be on lives here and there, but you can rely on me Tuesday afternoons. So, all right, guys, I will see you next time. We'll chat soon.